Alright, here's the setup. Variac supply, bulb, radio chassis, speaker. I pulled it out of the chassis, or the chassis out of the cabinet only because the tuning cord is broke. So in order to get it to tune, I have to turn this. I've cobbled on this power cord because the other one was kind of scary looking. It was the original cloth is sticking out here, and somebody had hacked that on there. So that's cut off on the inside, and we will see what happens. This is switch in the back is set to bulb. I'll move this over here a little bit. And we got the bezel out so I can see what the controls are. I've pressed this button. This is off. So I've pressed this button, which is broadcast. So that should be the tuner. The others are presets. You got broadcast. This one is broadcast, this one is police, this one is shortwave, and then these are other presets. And I don't know what those are tuned for. So I've pressed this one in and we'll see. Then we got volume, bass, treble, and tuning, which doesn't do anything because the cord is broke. So, it's pretty dirty. But if we get some life out of it, maybe I'll clean it up. And I know it needs a recap anyway, but, so let's see. Power. We're at about 75 volts. So I'm going to turn her down just a little bit. Send it to about 50 volts. And I can see the dial plate lights are lighting. And I don't know if we got any filaments yet. It's hard to see. Alright, so I don't see any filaments glowing yet, so we're going to bring this up to about 75 volts. We are starting to see a filaments. That'll focus there. You can see in the top of that tube. Right here, a little orange light. So all these dials straight up. I don't hear anything yet, but we are only on about 75 volts. About 70 volts actually. So we'll just let it sit like that for a little bit and I'll come back with you. Alright, I turned the ceiling fan off, and you can hear a hum out of the speaker. A very faint hum. And the volume doesn't do anything. Doesn't seem to change it. Neither does the bass. The treble makes it louder. Oh, here you can hear it maybe. So there's something happening. But then again, it's only working on half voltage. So I'm going to leave it again, like I said, for a little while, and yeah, we'll go from there. Well, I've turned it up a little bit. It's running at about 120 volts, and of course the bulb is cutting some of the voltage out. But as long as it's not bright, which means there's a short, because then 120 volts would be across the bulb. Right now 120 volts is going through the bulb and through the radio and then back. So the bulb is probably cutting 20-30 volts out of it. So it's probably running at about 90 volts. And we have some significant hum. And if I turn the volume control, it affects the speaker. And I think that this is the output tube. Because I can make the speaker cut out by wiggling that. I think this is the rectifier because it gets completely quiet if I pull this out. And then this is a 41. These might be the outputs. Not positive. This might be the driver or something. I don't know. I haven't looked at the schematic for it yet. But I can't get any noise when I turn the tuner. So RF's not getting through. And another test is you can take a screwdriver or something and touch the antenna terminals, and I don't get any crackling or anything through to the speaker. So it definitely needs caps, but it definitely functions. It's definitely worth rebuilding. Yeah, so we might pull that that one that I bought at the festival here, bring that over and see if that has any life to it, the one with the loose cabinet.